drills all over the place.
Have you ever woken up with drills on your body?
Yes.
Yes, the addiction and the struggle is real. My poor family has been sucked into it, and it is taking over the house.
Send help, send frappuccinos.
He needs some Starbucks. Alright, so the next question was brought to us by Diamond Painting with Eskies, and she wants to know, am I really as sweet as I make myself out to be on YouTube?
Well, considering there's a gun to my head right now and we're driving.
Oh, no, that's so not true. Don't make me turn this camera on you.
She'll just keep the gun behind the camera, we know that.
So truth.
As long as you're nice to her, she's nice to you, but watch out. She can be like the Taco Bell fire sauce if you get on her wrong side.
Yeah, so all of you guys know about the flying potato story. My husband was witness to this. The poor guy is the one that had to drive me to Wendy's to give the potato back to the manager.
I'm afraid to order fast food for her.
Yes, that is true, because usually 50% of the time they don't make it how I like it, but
if it's screwed up, it's always her meal.
So yeah, exactly. Alright, so I pulled up some tag questions for us to kind of banter back and forth about. The first one is, who goes to bed later?
You.
Yes, what am I usually doing that makes me go to bed later?
Diamond painting.
I like to diamond paint, and even after diamond painting, I decompress by playing Candy Crush.
Yep. She crushes.
Yep, exactly. Who takes the longest shower? I'd say that's even.
Yeah, it depends on who's running later.
Yeah, because I don't take what I would consider like a woman's time shower. I like jump in, get what I need done, and get out. So I would say it's about even.
Yeah, it just depends on if I have people who I know are going to be behind me and complain there's no hot water.
Who is more messy? You can be honest.
In all ultimate reality, you.
Yep, I am. When we got married, I remember while we were dating, I said, don't expect my clothes to ever be put away, because that's my parents had been trying to train me for 18 years, and that just wasn't happening. Okay, here's one. Who is the bigger phone addict?
Unfortunately, considering my job has to do with the phone, yeah, it would be me.
Yeah, what do you do? What's your job?
I do tech support on Apple products.
Yeah, so he's my Apple man.
Apple man.
We're not anti-Android, but
Yes, we are.
but my dad is the only one in our family right now that doesn't have an Apple product, and so
He has an old iPod, maybe, or Shuffle or something
like that. But basically, so like even my father-in-law has Apple products, and so my brother-in-law does, and my other brother-in-law works for Apple as well in retail, and my dad is holding out. So we always joke about how he's on the dark side.
It's because he breaks his phone more than the rest of us.
He can't afford to replace it.
Yep.
No, but like we had Androids before we had Apple products. It's just because he works for them, and our brains think like Apple a little bit more than Android. But yeah.
And they're safer.
So, ooh, this is a good one. What's your biggest pet peeve about each other? Careful, we're stuck in the car together. There's a lot. What is it? Like, this is, let's see, we started dating in 2000. 2001. So we've been together for 18 years. So there's a lot of pet peeves in there to narrow it down to one.
I would say a current major pet peeve is you want you to choose where to eat, but then you veto everything.
True. I will not deny that.
Because you're a picky eater, and I can find something to eat anywhere.
I think it's the whole, I don't know what I don't want until you say it. Does that make sense, people who are listening? You know, it's like, until somebody says, let's Do you know my favorite food?
Depends on what mood you're in.
Well, there's one food that I will always eat. My mom makes it for me.
Stuffed shells.
No.
Lasagna.
Lasagna, yep.
I was close.
You were very close. Good job.
I'm trying to even think what my favorite food would really be.
He likes onions.
Yes. Which means I don't get my onions on my pizza very often.
Yeah, because I don't like onions. I like the flavor of them, so I'll cook with them or I'll season with onion powder or onion flakes.
Not really a steak and potatoes guy, so I would say it would be more a favorite genre of
Like
food.
a Chinese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Don't get
Kung Pao that we used to make.
Oh yeah. They stopped making the seasoning for it, but we used to make it all the time. Don't get between him and his crab rangoon.
Yeah.
What is the worst job you've ever had?
I would say it's a toss-up between grade school janitor on the weekends or the car rental company,
Oh yeah.
because
I think that was your boss that made that mad, wasn't it?
the
Or
customers were, because we were outside of town near the airport, but we allowed different exceptions that places wouldn't, and so we got the rough crowd, or those who were not up to any good.
I see. I would say mine is a certain department store I worked at. I worked at it for 3 weeks. The first week was nothing but training and watching videos, and then the next 2 weeks, I basically had to clean the whole women's side except for juniors and lingerie. And so it was literally, I was sweating. Like, my shirt you could wring out because I was folding and putting stuff away, and the 2 fitting rooms were literally up to the ceiling of clothes. I have never ever seen a place like that before, and I'm one of those people that I get very anxious if things aren't put in the right place. Excuse me. I was yawning there, and so yeah, I ended up calling in because I needed to go to Ohio. My dad had thrown out his back severely, and they didn't know if he was going to need surgery, and so I went to Ohio for the weekend to help my mom, and so I called in, and I was like, I don't know when I'll be back, and they're like, oh, all right. And so then like 2 or 3 weeks later, I had already come back to Michigan, and they called me and they're like, are you coming back? And I'm like, no, I think I need to quit. And they're like, oh. At that point, I was back in Michigan, and I was working at Home Depot. I think that was like, I don't know. Anyway, I never worked fast food. Did you work in food?
No.
Let's see here. What's your favorite vacation?
The Mediterranean cruise.
So for our 10-year anniversary, we went on a Mediterranean cruise. That was awesome. What was your favorite part about it?
I think it was the whole experience of being able to get on in one city, do stuff over the evening, sleep, wake up in another city. We got to see a lot of the highlights, I would say, of the region.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just fun.
Yeah, we kind of used the ship as our taxi and our food. So it was a 10-day cruise, and we were in like 8 different cities. We had 1 day at sea. But we would port in the morning, go into the city, stay all day doing everything cultural.
Our lunch would be usually something quick, like crepe.
Like a local cuisine, like gelato or crepe or French bread or something like that.
Something that wouldn't take long, but we still were experiencing as we did.
Yep. But then we'd eat like a whole bunch for breakfast and a whole bunch for dinner.
On the ship.
Do you want to tell the time we forgot, or the first night we were on the ship?
Oh, first night on the ship. It's our first cruise. We didn't know how things went. And we totally left the dining room without even knowing about dessert. Because the service was a little bit slow.
Yeah, so we were sitting there, we ate the dinner, and then they took our plates away, and you don't pay because it's inclusive. And so we're like, oh, okay, I guess they don't do dessert. And so we got up and left, and I was like, well, that's really odd that they don't do dessert. And I was like, I need dessert. So we went and spent money and bought dessert. And so then the next night, we're eating dinner, and the service was a little bit more quick. And when they took our plates away at the same exact time, they handed us the dessert menu. And we realized we could have just waited, and then we would have got dessert. But we made up for it.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have any questions for us? There's not much else on here because we know a lot about each other. Let's see here. Like one of these is how many kids do we have? We have one.
Well,
And then
you have 3, Bob.
I have 3 kids.
Lydia, Zoe, and me.
Oh, okay. Well, I was trying to be nice.
Mm-hmm. Remember the fire sauce.
Yeah. So we have one. She's 11 going on 30. You guys have met her in previous videos. So that's where we're going to go pick her up right now. Our other kiddo, which I will insert a picture right here, Zoe Zoom Zoom. She is back home keeping our house safe, celebrating the 4th, hopefully in a relaxing environment because the fireworks, they don't bother her yet. Our last dog they didn't bother until the age about 3 or 4, and Zoe's about 3. And it's really funny because she's starting to take on the same attributes as our previous dog.
Not wanting to go out even though she rings the bell.
Yeah, so she rings the bell on the back door, and then we go to let her out, and then she hides under the dining room table. And our last dog did that too, right about this age. So yeah, there's just a couple things that she's doing that I keep joking that she's listening to the ghost of our previous dog. Yeah, so she's at home, hopefully. I gave her some anxiety medication for tonight, and we have an amazing dog sitter. We'll take good care of her. Let's see, what else? Not much else to report. I will be trying to get this video up tonight. I do want to let you know that nominations have been open for Diamond Painter of the Month for August. Also, feel free to give a shout out to Jeremy Freirear. He is our Diamond Painter of the Month for July. And so this month we are celebrating him, and make sure you say hi to him and tell him what a great person he is and thank him so much for being part of our community. If you have nominated somebody before, you can nominate them again unless they won. And our committee has decided that we will be putting the prizes in a bucket as well. And so in August, August 1st, I will pull a name and I will pull a prize. The prizes will include things such as acrylic or wooden diamond painting pens or diamond painting shaped trays. Archer's Arts mini tray and diamond grinder. Jeremy has amazingly donated some diamond stickers, so that will be included in the next couple months for our winners as well. So please nominate your favorite diamond painter below. There is a link. It should take you 3 to 4 minutes to fill out. And I think if you're nominating somebody, then they're worth at least 3 or 4 minutes of your time for their amazing contribution to the community. Let's see. I am currently working on my map. I'm going to insert a picture here of what it looks like. This is after 3 days of working on it. Ginger has given me the challenge to record how many diamond paintings I do naturally over the course of the month. So I will be doing that tabulation at the end of the month. Also, if you've gotten to this point, there is an upcoming diamond paint along or diamond DP-a-thon that's going to be happening on July 27th and 28th. It's a Saturday, Sunday. So mark that on your calendars. It's about 24 to 28 hours of all of us YouTubers being live over the course of that time. It's kind of like an open house. You can diamond paint with us. You can come and go as you please according to time zones, or you can hang out the full amount of time. I'll leave that up to you. So that's it for my announcements, and I just want to thank my co-host Tim for joining me. I hope this was a fun experience for you to get to know us a little bit better, and thank you for surviving our Ohio drive along. We are 25 minutes in and have 4.5 hours to go. But I won't make you listen to us for 4.5 hours. It kind of gets boring. I might be snoring while I sleep. He's going to be listening to music or a podcast. And then
while I sleep and drive.
And then you may hear some chewing in the background because we'll stop for lunch at some point. So happy July 4th, and thank you so much. I can't wait to join you guys soon. Be blessed. Take care. Have a great one. Bye.